Bruner Fishing Posse is a family-friendly outdoor channel. Please keep comments family-friendly. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Bruner Fishing Posse. In today's episode, we're going to show you the basics of planting potatoes. During the off-season, we mix fish scraps into the garden to act as fertilizer. This first photo is before we started adding fish scraps to the garden. That fall, I began adding fish scraps to the garden regularly. That was the only thing we changed, and this was the result the very next season. As you can see here, the soil base in our garden has a good amount of sand content. Each spring prior to planting, I supplement the soil with a generous amount of peat moss and composted manure. You want to mix the peat moss and composted manure thoroughly into the top 10 to 12 inches of soil. For small garden beds like this one, sometimes I'll just dig my hands in and mix it all together. If you find stones, make sure to take those out. As you can see here, adding the peat moss and composted manure gives the soil a very soft texture. From my experience, this has been great for growing potatoes because it allows the roots to penetrate the soil easily. Once the soil is prepped, start digging your rows at approximately 6 inches deep. You can either cut the potatoes into sections or plant them whole. I often cut the larger potatoes, but for the smaller potatoes, I plant those whole. If you choose to cut potatoes, dry them out in a cardboard box in a cool, dark place for 7 days. These are some potatoes I cut a few days ago. As you can see, they've formed a callus. Once they formed a callus, they're generally okay to plant. For the purposes of today's video, I'll be planting whole red potatoes as an example. I generally plant the potatoes at least 6 inches apart. From my experience, they tolerate being close together. I've planted them 12 inches or further apart at times, but I've never noticed a difference in production. If you're trying to grow a really big potato, giving the plant some space would probably be a good idea. Now that the first row is planted, I'm going to dig a second row and plant those. Once everything is covered up, the next step is applying water. I like to water my potatoes once a day. From my experience, the one thing I really notice is that potatoes love water. Now we wait, continue to water them once a day, and let them start growing. Thank you so much for watching. We sincerely appreciate you subscribing to our channel. Assuming all goes well, we'll have some new videos coming soon to monitor the progress.